and not sit cross-legged like this, then don't feel obliged. I want you to be comfortable. And what we'll do is we'll just do a few deep breaths and arrive in the space. So Amy, we're ready, and I think she's recording this.
Okie dokie.
Thank you. Okay, so this is just half an hour, yogis. And again, very gentle. Do as much or as little of the practice as you want to. Remember to stop if anything feels uncomfortable. So if there's any discomfort that occurs, then just stop, okay? So remember, sit on a chair, a cushion, sit on your bed if you're doing it in your bedroom. If you don't want to sit cross-legged, just make sure you're comfortable, okay? And we'll place our hands on our knees, but we'll turn the palms uppermost today. And literally by turning the palms up, we open up this area. It's called the clavicle, the collarbone area and upper chest. So if we have the hands down, that sort of closes it slightly, not much, but a little bit, but open means this area is nice and open. It means we can breathe better. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take 5. I'd like you to close your eyes, or if you don't want to close your eyes, just softly gaze ahead with a relaxed glare. Okay, so if you're closing your eyes, do that now, or just softly gaze ahead. Our palms are resting on our knees and our palms are uppermost. We're going to just take 5 steady breaths, okay? And what I want you to do is try, if you can, to breathe through the nostrils. However, if that's tricky for you today, then by all means, breathe through slightly parted lips, okay? So, let's just sit tall. Keep the spine nice and tall if you can. Eyes open or closed. And together, let's just now take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And what I'd like you to do, or have a go at, is as you inhale, imagine that you're drawing fresh energy into your body. And as you exhale, just shedding the body of any old, used up energy. So we breathe in what's fresh and new. And we breathe out what's old and used up. We can take 3, just 3 more slow breaths, okay? Breathing in what's fresh and new. And breathing out what's old and used up. And as best you can, just take 2 more deep breaths for me in your own time. Inhaling and exhaling fully. That's it, just 1 more breath in your own time. Inhaling and gently exhaling. Marvellous, well done. Now when you're ready, just gently open the eyes if they're closed. Turn the palms down. Relax and just give yourself a moment, maybe opening the shoulders, roll them forwards and back a few times, and then just shake out the hands, open and close them, open these digits and relax. Okay, so taking 5 breaths just allows us to center, it allows us to pause and just bring our awareness to our breathing. Okay, so don't worry if your mind was going off to that perpetual to-do list. Well done for having a go. And we'll do that at the end to close the practice as well. Okay, so we're going to come off the cushion block wherever we were. And the first pose that we're going to go into is just a stretch for our back. Now, if you can't sit back on your heels, and I appreciate that many of us find that quite tricky, and if you can't separate the knees, then grab 1 or 2 cushions and place those between your bottom and your heels like this. Sit on as many pillows, maybe 1, 2, even 3, underneath, and you'll find it a little easier to sit. Knees are open, and what we do is take a block again, or a cushion. I've got a yoga block, but a cushion will do, so that we can rest our forehead. And we're going to stretch our arms out, and this is going to open up our back muscles nicely. So if you are tired, if your back is a bit stiff from lots of sitting at a desk, working at a laptop, this is going to open and stretch your back nicely. So cushions underneath your bottom, knees apart, and let's stretch the arms forwards. Again, pillow, resting your head on a pillow or pillows, and take the arms as far forward as you can and stretch out. So really enjoying that lovely stretch. Open the fingers wide. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 5 nice slow breaths together, okay? And again, make sure you've got something underneath your forehead so it's supported, okay? Here we go. Breathing in, breathing out. Do bend your elbows if that's easier. Fine to bend the elbows or have the arms straight if that's comfortable. Pushing the bottom back towards the heels and just taking some nice deep breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out, inhaling and exhaling fully. Nice, deep, even breath. Now, when you're ready, just start to walk the hands back towards the knees gently and come up. And that really does open up your back muscles. What it's also said to do, it's called the child's pose, is because your forehead and head are lower than your heart, it's very calming and very centering. So if you've had a really busy week, if your mind is buzzing and racing, that pose is really good for calming and centering us. So child's pose, it's really nice. And you can have hundreds of pillows underneath your head. Just allow yourself to completely chill out and be comfy. Okay, now I'm going to sit on my block now. So sit on a pillow or cushion. And we're going to sit cross-legged. But if you can't sit cross-legged, don't worry. Just stretch the legs out now. Okay, so if sitting cross-legged is too difficult or too tricky and uncomfortable, then by all means stretch your legs out. You can do this on a chair as well, okay? So if you want to sit on a chair, it's fine. I'm going to show you cross-legged. And what it does, it opens up in between our shoulder blades. In between the back of the shoulder blades is where we get tight. It's called those hard to reach areas. And again, if you're doing a lot of studies, you're on a laptop for a lot of the day, these areas between our shoulder blades get really tight. And then it starts to get tight up here. So it's a nice pose to do to stop you feeling so tight. So, arms to shoulder height. You're going to bend the elbows. So I sort of look like a cactus almost, palms facing forwards. I take the right handful in and then the left crosses the right, okay? So you can have the arms like this or this, cross the right elbow over the left, right elbow over the left, bend the elbows and then bring the palms so that they're either touching. If they can't, don't worry. You can make two loose fists if that's easier. And then bring the elbows up as close as you can in alignment with your nose. So if I turn sideways, this may be easier to show you. So right over left, two loose fists, and then can you see, bringing those elbows up, and I'm looking forwards, and I can feel that stretch in between the shoulder blades. Let's hang out here for 3 slow breaths. Eyes can be open, or perhaps we're looking forwards. And just breathing in between the shoulder blades as best you can. Breathing in, breathing out. That's it. Inhale. And exhale fully here. Inhale again. And exhale. And then if you can, exhale. Let's just release. Roll the shoulders back. We're going to do the opposite side now. So let's take the arms out again. Sorry, something in my eye. And then cross the left elbow over the right now. Bend the elbows, make 2 loose fists or bring the palms together if you can. That's quite strong. So 2 loose fists is a nice alternative, remember. Or palms pressing in, raise the elbows, and now taking 3 deep breaths on this side. If you're sitting, this is fine. Just keep the spine nice and tall. You don't have to sit cross-legged, remember, yogis. All of this can be done sitting on your sofa or on a chair. Nice deep breathing. Breathe in between the shoulder blades. It will feel quite tight on the back of the shoulders, but hang in there if you can. If there is pain or discomfort, then obviously do please release, don't strain. If you can, taking another deep breath in, deep breath out, we're going to release, and we're going to roll those shoulders back and forwards. And let's shake it out. Well done. And again, another great pose for those of us that have to sit for long periods of time at a desk. Well done. Well, stretch the legs out now, give them a little shake. I'm going to come on to all fours. Again, this is a great pose to release tension and find a little bit of stillness at the end of the day. So coming on to all fours, can you see I've tucked my toes under and my wrists are underneath my shoulders, my knees underneath my hips, spreading the fingers wide. And we're going to do what we call the cat-cow. This opens up our spine nicely. So if you've had a hectic day or week, again, this with nice deep breath work can really revive our spirit. So we're going to exhale, arch the spine. And I pull my tummy muscles in as I do that. That engages the core. Just gently pulling them in. Inhale, dipping the spine, but keeping the arms straight and looking forwards. We're going to do this 10 times, okay? Exhale, chin comes in, tucking the chin in and pulling the tummy muscles in as you exhale, stretching your spine. Keep the arms straight throughout. Inhale, and then you're lifting your head, dropping your spine, looking forwards. Let's do 8 more. Exhale, chin to chest, pull the tummy in. Inhale, dipping the spine, looking forwards. Exhale. Inhale, keep those arms straight. Exhale smoothly. Inhale, dipping the spine. We'll repeat that 3 more times if that's okay. Drawing your belly in, chin to chest, nice stretch for the spine. Inhale, remind yourself to keep your arms straight, the weight in the palms. 2 more yogis, 2 more rounds. Exhale here. Inhale carefully. Hope you save me some heat. Shut the door. Exhale, last one. Wait, you better not have done what I did. Inhale. Last one, yogis. Exhale. Inhale. And relax. And sit back. And shake it out. Well done. I was just talking to my son then, who just crept through the room, so just talking to him. If your wrists feel really, really sore after that, just make some little rotations, untie the knots in both directions, little circles, and just shake it out, because that's quite loaded, isn't it? Okay, now we're going to go into downward dog, which is another deep stretch, but we're not holding for long. And this is another basic pose in yoga. You may have heard downward dog, but what we're going to do is only hold for a few deep breaths, come down, and then we'll repeat it a little later in the sequence. The beautiful thing about this pose is it's going to stretch the back of your legs really well. And again, if you're doing a lot of sitting and typing, or just having to read and study, the backs of our legs get really tight and stubborn because we're sitting on a chair. So see this as a way of stretching out and helping to prevent tight, stubborn hamstrings, okay? Your spine and your arms are equally getting stretched as well. And it's said that if you've got a lot on your mind, it can really relax you, because it's just sort of ridding the day of all the busyness. So we come onto all fours again. We tuck the toes under. Just make sure your knees and feet are hip width apart, yogis. And very gently, just come up. Now, it doesn't matter if you're here with bent knees, keeping the knees and the feet apart. Hands are strong. And we're going to just walk the dog. We're going to pad one heel back as we breathe in. We're going to pad the other heel back as we breathe out. Arms are strong. Keeping our ears, if we can, in alignment with our inner elbows. Doesn't matter if the heel doesn't come down. Just get a little bit of a stretch. Just a little bit of a stretch. That's it. Heels come back. Inhale. Exhale. Walking the dog. Let's try one more. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then we come back down onto all fours. Sit back. Shake it out. Well done for trying. Again, we'll look at that later, but don't worry if that was really tricky or strenuous because we only do a few breaths and then come down. We do it in bite-sized chunks, okay? But again, good job. Well done for trying. Having a go. Now we're going to this time take our right leg out to the side. So ideally you've got a yoga mat or something that's non-slip. You can always pad something underneath your left knee if you need to, and then press down the right foot. So the toes of the right foot are facing forwards, and straightening that leg will give it a good stretch as well, but it can be quite strong. And what we're going to do is we're going to raise our left arm, because we're going to slide the right hand down the outside of the right leg, raise the left arm, and just come over. This is called the gate pose, so it sort of looks like a gate. Left arm raised, and just gently, very gently side bending to your right. Remind your body it's coming sideways. Try not to tip forwards, looking ahead, and let's hold for 3 breaths. This stretches all of these muscles in between our ribs. They're called our intercostal muscles. And again, when we sit for long periods of time, they get tight and stiff and sore. So this stretches our body. It's said to give us energy, so it's an energy boost. And it can make us feel as if we've created space in our body. And it's good for our core muscles. And you can maybe feel that in the inner thigh, maybe the hip as well, which is opening. Let's hold for another deep breath in, exhale and release. Well done. Well, let's try the other side. This time I'm going to extend my left leg out to the side. So I'm on my right knee. And again, just making sure the toes of the left foot, like mine, are facing forwards. We're pressing the outer edges of the left foot into the floor. Again, take care of this right knee. Slide the left hand down and carefully, gently raise the right arm first before you exhale and come over. Now you may find, like me, that one side is easier to stretch. Can you notice those left and right differences? They're really completely normal. One side of our body may feel more stretchy and more bendy than the other. So if this is the tricky side, if this side's a bit tight, remember, just go gently and don't strain. If it's the more stretchy side and the easier side, enjoy that and take 2 more deep breaths with me. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Inhale and exhale. Release and relax. Well done. And then just carefully sit back or stretch the legs out. Give the arms a shake. Relax. And if you've got some water to hand, make sure you have little sips of water. Keep hydrated. Okay, we're going to do one more side bend here. So we go back to the first side. So very, very gently. I want you to stay kneeling and again extend your right leg out, okay? Right leg out. Now, if you need to, you can have a block underneath your left hand, but hopefully you can just make a tripod, resting the fingers by your left knee. Again, press the outer edges of the right foot into the floor, and now we're going to stretch that right arm up and take it over. I'm running out of space here, yogis. Hopefully you can see. So I've made a tripod with the fingers of the left hand and stretching the right arm skywards, and I can look up towards my inner elbow and press my right foot into the floor. And that's a great stretch, a strong side bend. Remind your body it's coming sideways and see if you can hold for 2 more deep breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. That's it. Inhale. And exhale. That's excellent. Well done. Inhale again and then come up slowly and exhale to release. Well done. We're going to switch sides now. So, going to take the left leg out and again just making sure the outer edges of that left foot are firmly down, toes facing forwards, and I'm now kneeling on the right knee. I'm going to make a tripod, little fingers resting by the right knee, and that means I can extend the left arm up and get a lovely stretch. And I might want to look up or look forwards, whichever feels more comfortable for your neck. 3 breaths, yogis. Keep planting that left foot into the earth, stretching and breathing into that lovely stretch. Breathing in, breathing out. Lovely. Inhale. If you're getting tired, by all means release. Otherwise, hanging out here with me, if you can, for one more deep breath in. And then we're going to exhale and come up slowly. Nicely done, well done. And come in. Now from there, we're going to stand. So gently coming up, we're doing well. We've got about 11 minutes to go, so lots of time. Shake it out, yogis. That's it. And maybe just stand for a moment. This pose is called Tadasana. So just stand with your feet apart. Come up to standing gently. Roll your shoulders back a couple of times and forwards. And palms are facing forwards. This opens the chest and collarbone again. Now we're going to move from firm roots. Let's just gaze ahead as if we're looking towards an imaginary horizon and just take a couple of deep breaths. Aim to spread the weight across your feet evenly and lengthening up through the crown of our head, as if someone had a piece of string and they were trying to pull it up. That's it, looking forwards. Let's enjoy a couple of deep breaths. This is called Tadasana. It means mountain pose, and it's great to remind ourselves to stand tall. It's really good for our posture. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. One more deep breath in and out. Just gazing ahead, standing and breathing. And then relax. And that's a great thing to do whenever you're in a queue. And let's face it, they have to queue for everything these days. You could stand waiting for a coffee or an ice cream and just take your awareness to your breathing, look ahead and focus on your posture. It's so good for how we think and how we breathe. Posture is so important. And again, if you're doing a lot of sitting, why not just come and stand for 2 minutes and just think about your posture. It's so good for us. Great for our spines as well. Well, here we are standing. So I'd like us to do just maybe 1 or 2 classic yoga poses, basic and nice and simple, that can give us energy. And the first one is Trikonasana, triangle. So take your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Like me, have your toes and ankles facing forwards. Go as wide as you comfortably can. And again, make sure you're on a non-slip surface. Turn your right foot out 90 degrees, but leave your left foot, like me, facing forwards. And again, don't go too wide. Then add the arms. Take your arms to shoulder height. Have a quick look. Make sure they're both level with your shoulders. Palms are facing down. Take a deep breath in. And then tip very gently to your right and place your hand either above on your right thigh or below your knee, but not on the knee. So above or below. And with your left arm, just check that it's in alignment with your shoulder and, like me, with the palm facing forwards. And then we're going to look forwards, keep the front of our body open. Our front knee can be bent if you need to, but try and keep the back leg straight if that's comfortable. Now we're going to hold for 4 breaths. Let's do that together. Breathing in, breathing out. That's it. Now we're going to change it. We're going to inhale, bring the left arm down, touching the right hand, exhale and open. And we do that 3 more. Inhale, we close, and exhale, we open. Good. Should we do that again? Inhale, bring the left hand to rest on the right, bend the front knee if you need to. Exhale and open. Last one, smoothly coming down on the inhale, exhale and open. And then bend the front knee, rise up slowly and relax. Nicely done, yogis. Let's do the other side. All we need to do is pick up the feet and swivel them round to the other side. So now the left foot is out, the right foot in. Inhale, take the arms to shoulder height. Have a quick look and make sure they're level. Tip to your left and hand again above or below the knee joint, but not onto it. Right arm facing forwards. Try to keep the front of the body open and just settle here. Take a nice deep breath in. It's absolutely fine if the front knee is bent, but aim to keep the back leg straight if you can. And either looking up or forwards. Let's now inhale, bring the right hand, rest it on the left. Like a flower, open and exhale and blossom. 3 more. Breathing in, breathing out and feel the expansion of the stretch. Good. 2 more. Inhale, down we come. Exhale, coming up. Last time. Inhale, coming down. And exhale, coming up. Fantastic. Take a deep breath in. Rise up slowly. And exhale to release and relax your arms. Nicely done, yogis. Bring the feet in. Give them a shake. And relax. So that's a classic triangle. You've done downward dog. And we've got about 6 minutes, okay? So again, grab some water. Make sure you're comfortable. And if any of this is too strong, remember it's absolutely fine to stop and just skip a pose if you're tired, all right? But what we're going to do now is a pose that's said to be really good for our self-confidence and our self-worth. This pose is said to help us through the obstacles in life and also for visions of looking into the future and if our wishes want to become true. So it's really a pose for you that's positive and confidence building, and it strengthens our legs and arms together. So it's called Warrior Two. We're going to take the legs as wide as we comfortably can, making sure that the toes and ankles again are facing forwards. Turn your right foot out 90 degrees and leave your left foot facing forwards. As you bend that front right knee, again it can come over your ankle, but make sure you can still see the tops of your toes, because if you can't, you've overloaded the knee, and that's not good for our knees. Left foot facing forwards, right foot, we can still see our toes. That's great. Now let's add the arms. Take them both to shoulder height, check their level, and we're going to focus on the right middle finger, long finger of the right hand. That's our point of focus for 4 breaths. Here we go. Now sometimes we can add what we call an affirmation as we hold a pose in yoga, and that's a positive statement. So you might want to say these words to yourself inwardly or outwardly, or just let them ruminate around you. I am strong and steady as I move forwards in life. That's the affirmation. I am strong and steady as I move forwards in life. And like a warrior, we don't need weapons. We're strong enough to withhold and withstand anything. And so we show that in the pose. But we're going to make it dynamic now. I want you to straighten the front leg, bring the arms together on the inhale, exhale, go back into warrior. 5 of those. Breathing in, lengthen up, breathing out, focus again on the middle finger. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, strong warrior. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, good. Once more. Breathing in and lengthening, straighten the front leg, and exhale back into warrior. You are strong and guided as you move forwards in life. And then release. Okay, let's do the other side. Strong pose physically as well as mentally, especially when we add that affirmation. And you don't have to say that, but it's just there if you wish to. The right foot is forwards, the left foot turned out, keeping the legs wide. Let's switch sides. Arms to shoulder height. Have a quick look. Just check that they're both level with your shoulders. It only takes a second. Bend that front left knee. And again, make sure you can see your toes, but not your ankle. Gaze towards the left middle finger now. Hold that for a couple of breaths as you settle and feel your way into the pose on your left leg. Remember the affirmation, I am strong and guided as I move forwards in life. Relax the shoulders, and then we're going to make it more dynamic. On the next inhale, straighten the leg, bring the arms together or above the head. Exhale, gaze again towards the middle finger. 4 more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Breathing in as we lengthen up, breathing out. Lovely. Inhale and exhale. Breathing in as we lengthen, breathing out. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, last time, lengthening up. Exhale, back into warrior. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and release and relax. Turn the feet in and bring them in. And just shake it out again, yogis. Nicely done. Now we're going to do one more pose. We've only got about a minute and we're just going to try one balance here. So straight away, come back into Tadasana, feet apart. Remember, this is our standing and breathing pose. And take the weight onto the left leg. And then just see if you can raise your right leg, flex the toes towards you, and just hold. Add the arms if you want to, come into cactus arms, or keep them here on your hips for steadiness. Hold and breathe. Balances are tricky, so it's worth practicing every day. Have a go by a wall or use the back of a chair to support you if you need to, and that's fine. And then switch sides, weight onto the right leg, just raising the left leg a little bit, flex the toes. Perhaps you'd like to take the arms into cactus arms again, or leave them on the hips. Don't forget to breathe. This is our last pose. Take a nice deep breath in and relax. Shake it out, yogis. You did really well. We're going to come down. We haven't got time to do our dog pose again, but we are just going to sit quietly for 1 minute. If you'd like to lie down or sit on your sofa or chair, please do so, or sit cross-legged. Let's just close our eyes. Let's turn the palms uppermost. This is where we started. And take 5 again. 5 slow breaths here. Just breathing in gently. Breathing out fully. Letting our breath rest. Letting our body have time to just feel the benefits of our practice. As you breathe and relax, just notice how you now feel, yogis. Just noticing how you now feel. Taking 1 or 2 deep breaths, letting our breath and our body settle. And it's important to give ourselves a few minutes, at least a minute rest time after our practice, so that we can truly reap the benefits and allow the body to relax and rest. So just take another 3 slow breaths, breathing in what's fresh and new, breathing out what's old and used up. Just following each breath as best you can. That is brilliant, well done. Let's take a deep breath in together now. Breathing out any old, stale energy. Now when you're ready, just gently open the eyes again if they were closed. Let's take a deep breath in together and gather all that lovely energy that we've now got and bring the hands to the heart center. I want you to take a moment and wish yourself well. Wish your body and your breath well. And may they both continue to serve you well. Om Shanti, peace. Thank you so much for joining me.